You guys know I'm not Laurie, right? Right. Hey, thanks for coming out. There are a lot of you here tonight. You guys excited? Well, my name's Ray. I host the morning show on Mix 94.9, The Morning Misfits. You can listen to us 6 to 10, Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for listening. And again, I don't think I heard you the first time. You guys excited tonight? All right, here's how it's going to work tonight. We're going to come out, we're going to bring out your star attraction here in just a moment. We're going to set up 2 lines for you guys as well, so you guys will be getting in line, and we'll just bring you right on down so you guys can ask your questions. Again, Kings Island encourages you guys to keep your questions related to The Walking Dead, zombies, or Laurie Holden in general. Again, don't be that guy at the Q&A session. Nobody likes that guy at the Q&A session. So, right there, that guy. That guy's that guy at the Q&A session, I know. All right, so I'm not going to take up any more of your guys' time. Are you guys ready to get started tonight? From AMC's The Walking Dead, please welcome Laurie Holden. I see you took up the offer on the gloves.
Yes.
It's a little chilly tonight. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling okay.
All right, good.
Okay.
All right, so it's interesting that you're here this week for our Walking Dead fans in the audience, because this was a big week for Walking Dead fans. There's a lot of controversy in the Walking Dead community. A lot of people want answers, so I'm going to hit you with it right off the bat. What roller coasters are you riding tonight?
I don't have enough time. But I was eyeing the Banshee.
The Banshee. All right, we'll get to it. We'll get to it, guys. Don't worry about it. So my first question for you tonight, Laurie, is how drastically has the show changed your life? How drastically? I mean, obviously, it's probably a pretty big change since the show started.
I mean, you know, when I started the show, you know, of course, none of us knew that it was going to be this worldwide phenomenon. We were just doing this little zombie show in Georgia. And we thought that it would have a cult following because there was really cool people attached and it was AMC. But we never in a million years could have guessed that it would be embraced by the world. So all of our lives changed. I mean, we just kind of lost all our anonymity.
That was going to be my follow-up to that, is can you go to the grocery store?
Depends on the grocery store.
Small towns, maybe, but...
I mean, I can go to the grocery store, but I end up taking, like, 10 selfies. You know?
Well, I mean, that's pretty fair.
But, yeah.
Does that add, like, how much to your average grocery trip? How much time does that add?
A little bit. But everybody's really sweet, and... You know, we put our heart and soul into the show, and it's a labor of love. So the very fact that people just dig it so much, and they think it's cool, and they, you know, cry, and they care if you died, and you know, just everything. It's just like all that hard work pays off. So it's a good feeling.
Yeah, because I mean, you bring up the point of it being on AMC, which I mean had Breaking Bad and Mad Men, and even at the time of The Walking Dead premiere, neither of those shows were quite to the level that they became when they finished. And then you guys come along, and you guys are like the thing. Not just the biggest show on AMC, or like the biggest show on TV, period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty wild ride, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But you seem pretty humble about it.
No, I mean, you know, I feel very blessed. It was a great experience. I mean, the thing that sucks about the show is that you die. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you're having the time of your life, you love your character, and then you get your walking papers, and you're like, well, wait, I'm not ready yet, you know, and which no one's really ever ready to die in The Walking Dead.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing that I think a lot of people don't look at it like that is, I mean, we think of it as like, oh, the writers are doing this, but I mean, in effect, it's like you're being let go. I mean, when they sat you down and told you this was happening.
No, there's no sitting down. There's no sitting down. You get this terrible phone call that you don't want to get, and you kind of, I don't know, when you get the phone call from the boss man, you know that it's time.
Is there a different tone of voice when that call starts?
Well, the very fact that you're getting that call, you're just like, well, wait a minute, you know, what's going on here? And you know, some people had some advance warning. Other people don't.
Yeah, because I mean, early on, I think things didn't quite divert as much from the books as they have now.
Yeah.
So was it totally out of left field for you?
100%.
Yeah, you didn't expect it at all.
Not at all. No.
How was that? What was your last day like on set?
You know, really emotional. I mean, it's interesting because we shot Andrea's death, which was my last day on set, but it was very different than what aired, and I was found.
Really?
Yeah, I was found by Sasha and Tyrese, and it was a totally different ending, you wouldn't have liked it. And
I don't think they liked it anyway.
Yeah, but this was not a good ending. But every single member of the cast, because we were shooting on location, they drove an hour and they stayed till like 3 in the morning. Like, you know, Maggie, Glenn, Rick, you know, Daryl, like all of them. All my friends came in solidarity to watch me die. And everyone was just, I mean, it's like the saddest thing in the world, and everyone's very emotional, and because you're saying goodbye to your friends and your life and your family. So that was one of my goodbyes, and then they decided that they wanted to have a better death where I was really reunited with the group, so that they really, the audience really kind of could tap into that season and understand, you know, what Andrea's intentions really were. So we came back 3 months later. We reshot the ending, which you saw, and then we cried all the way through that. So there was a lot of tears.
So
and I see them all tomorrow in Atlanta, and then we'll all cry again.
What's that like when, I mean, it's in essence, then you have 2 last days at work.
It was awful.
I don't mean to bring up old wounds.
No, it's terrible. It's like, it's bad enough to die once on The Walking Dead, and then you die twice.
You're one of the few.
I know.
Well, okay, to the idea of dying twice, was there any ever talk of you being a zombie? Of zombifying Andrea?
I never wanted to be a zombie. I don't want to be a smelly. You know what I mean? I thought she died with dignity. I mean, you know, here was a woman that was suicidal, that was a mess at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, and she got so strong as time went on, and she went out on her terms. And it was, I don't feel like she was a victim. I feel like she went down really standing for something.
And the whole arc with the governor kind of brings us into and where Andrea ended up. Do you think that the governor was inherently an evil person, or did Rick and Andrea's group, were they the ones that pushed him over the edge?
Oh, I don't think Rick and Andrea's group pushed him over the edge. I think life pushed him over the edge. I think, you know, losing his wife, what happened to his daughter, the zombie apocalypse, I think he went mad.
For sure,
yeah.
But do you think he would have still went mad without the added problem of Rick's group?
Well, you know, he was keeping zombie heads in an aquarium.
That is a fair point.
So I think he was pretty cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
A little cuckoo.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.